Well, Dylan, you weren't on sports and I wasn't on sports, but who is this week is Austin Platt with the latest on all the sports news. So let's turn it over to Austin. What do you got for us? What is the latest?
The latest is I got clothes that fit me this week. I'm Austin Platt, and this is your Rams Sports Report. Let's start off on the right foot with cross country and FCX. The girls came in third, led by all FCX first-team junior Molly Murphy, who finished 8th overall, as well as sophomores Lauren Doherty and Riley Shipman placing in the top 30. The boys finished in 8th, but their top runner, junior Luca Palamenti, finished in 32nd overall. Next up is states next week for both teams in Manchester, Connecticut, so good luck to all of you running. Now for quick hits. The volleyball team went 2-2 this week, and they now sit at an impressive 10-4. They'll host West Hill on Wednesday. Field hockey lost for the first time Friday, but bounced back in a big way, beating Norwalk 5-1 on Tuesday. They host an undefeated Darien team today at 4, which will be a joint broadcast between NCTV and DAF Media. Speaking of the Blue Wave, big shout out to girls soccer for beating Darien 2-0 on Wednesday to end their 2-game losing streak. And finally, football is 2-2 and looking for a big bounce-back win tomorrow versus Fairfield Ward.
Now to find out the rest of the sports news, let's send it over to the returning Austin Platt. It's been a few weeks, Austin. How are you?
I'm great, AJ, considering the Giants couldn't lose last week. They had a bye. Anyways, let's get right to it. I'm Austin Platt, and this is your Rams Sports Report. Now let's jump into the pool with girls swimming and diving. The swimmers had state trials last Saturday, and junior Maddie Haley set the Class L state record in the 100 back. But she didn't stop there, as Haley broke it again on Wednesday in just 56 seconds. Captain Alexandra Mayhos also finished second in the 100 medley, and freshman Abigail Blyle third in the 100 breast. But come on, when you set and break your own record in the same week, Ram of the Week is yours, Maddie Haley. Congrats. Also, the divers had states yesterday, and Charlotte Frank finished 5th overall, capping off a great season for the junior. The swimmers finish up this Sunday with state opens, so good luck, girls. Finally, let's pass it over to football. Friday Night Lights was at its finest when the 6-2 Rams hosted another 6-2 squad, the Wilton Warriors. NC was looking for their 7th win, which they needed to keep their playoff hopes alive, and so did Wilton. It was senior night, and you know NCTV was there, so let's roll the tape. The Rams come out in hopes to wreck the Warriors, and in the first half, they were doing just that, going up 24-0 after this Drew Pine 40-yard touchdown pass to Luke Morton. Now in the second half, Wilton did not give up, as running back Drew Phillips rushes for a TD here to put Wilton on the board. Minutes later, a Wilton pick 6 made it a 10-point game before NC responded with this Zach LaPolice 60-yard catch and run from Pine. In the fourth, Pine takes it himself for his second TD run of the game, sealing it for the Rams. The final score, 38-20. The Rams have now won 5 straight, but still have to clinch a playoff berth, which means for the 3rd consecutive year, the Turkey Bowl against our rival Darien is a must-win. If you're hosting Thanksgiving and can't make it, tune into NCTV's YouTube, which will be live streaming this game with Darien's DAF Media. And don't forget, the hockey captains are squaring off against former NC greats next Friday the 29th at 5 p.m. at the Darien Ice Rink in the annual alumni game. Tickets are $10 and can be purchased at the event. Have a great Thanksgiving break, NCHS. Ian and AJ, same goes for you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Austin.
You know what, AJ, I'm not really sure on how they've been doing. As we know, I was only in sports once, so I'm not the expert, but Austin Platt is, and he's going to inform us on how the Rams are doing.
Really?
Austin?
Our Rams are looking great right now, Harv and AJ, as many of them are riding win streaks at the moment. Let's get to it. I'm Austin Platt, and this is your Rams Sports Report. Girls hockey has been very busy, playing 3 games this past week. The first one, the biggest one, against arch rival Darien last Saturday, where they won 1-0. The lone goal came from sophomore Jay Lowe, but the star of the game was easily goalie Blythe Novick, shutting out the Blue Wave with 21 saves. The girls trounced Ridgefield 5-1 on Monday, 3 of those goals coming from Courtney O'Connell. Finally, they defeated a tough Greenwich team Thursday 4-1, and Novick added another 19 saves. And when you stop 40 shots against 2 of the best teams in the state, you deserve Ram of the Week, Blythe Novick. Congrats. The Rams are now 7-2 and head up to Fairfield Ward tonight, so good luck. That's all for me. Best of luck on your midterms. And if you're ever feeling stressed, just remind yourself that the Super Bowl will not feature Tom Brady and the Patriots. Harv and AJ, back to you guys. Matt Benevento finished 4th amongst 170-pounders, but it was senior captain Tyler Sung who stole the show as usual. Sung, wrestling in the 152-pound weight class, won his 3rd FCI title in a row. But he wasn't done there, as just a week later, he went on to win his 3rd straight state title, pinning his opponent in just 36 seconds. And when you win 3 straight FCAC titles and 3 straight state titles, guess what, Tyler? You are Ram of the Week. Congrats. The boys swim and dive team hosted Stanford West Hill in their final meet of the season on Monday. You know NCTV was there, so let's roll it. We start here with diving. First up here is freshman Christian Camporin here with an impressive dive. A quick response from Stanford made things interesting, but in the end, NC had the big edge after the diving portion. Onto the swimming side of things, freshman star Ben Madden finishes first here in the 500 free with a time of 5:09. Right behind him was junior Patrick Wadelski, who was able to qualify for states with this performance. To finish up, senior captain Patrick Caldwell clinches the win here for the guys in the 400 freestyle relay, with help from sophomore Nikki Adel, Madden, and junior Gianfranco Pozzolini. Caldwell also finished first in the 100 and 200 frees, capping off a fantastic season. Shoutouts should also go to sophomore diver Jack Krug and swimmers Mikey Rivas, Bart Codd, and Gabe Pozzolini, who all came in first in their events. With states right on the corner, we wish the best of luck to the guys. Boys hockey dominated over break, going 5-0, including 1-goal wins at Greenwich and Xavier. Their record was the same as both Darien and Greenwich, and by virtue of a coin toss, became the 1 seed in the FCAC tourney. This means they will host either Ridgefield or West Hill next Wednesday in the semis. Good luck, guys. Now back to the track, where the boys competed in FCAC's over break, highlighted by a third-place finish in the 4x400 relay, made up by captains Griffin Dayton and Ryan Lytell, along with juniors Alex Malagoli and Dylan Imbrus. After winning FCAC's, pole vaulter Andrew Charkalis tied for second in states. Congrats on a great season, guys. Dylan and Ian, it's pretty clear we have plenty of teams that have the ability to bring home the hardware this season. Back to you guys.
Platt, how do you think that Astros Rays series been? The Rays, they had a big win yesterday behind Charlie Morton and that offense against Zach Greinke, who's really struggled. Maybe that 3 aces situation really isn't 3, it's more like 2.
Yeah, definitely. The Rays are a very underrated team. I think they're one of the better teams in the American League. The way Kevin Cash has managed this Rays team down south, unbelievable with the opener and their pitching. Their pitching is good as well. I mean, obviously they went through Oakland in the wild card game. They have Glasnow, Snell, and Morton, who we saw last night dominate his former team, the Astros. This team is very good. The first 2 games in Houston, they were right with them. It was like 0-0 through the 4th or 5th inning, and that's against Verlander and Cole, the top 2 in the Cy Young. This Rays team is very good. Their lineup is decent, is not great. The Astros is better, but they're going to hang in there, and I think they're going to make this very, very close.
So really quickly, sorry to cut you off, Dylan. You think they can make the comeback even though they're down?
I mean, they can make it. I don't think they will, but they have what it takes. Their pitching is good, but the Astros is just better. I think the Astros take care of business.
And finally, that last NL matchup, we got Braves, Cardinals, another great series, both tied up at 2 apiece. Austin, who do you think has the edge there for the rest of the series?
I actually think it's the Cardinals. Jack Flaherty, he has been unbelievable in the month of September. ERA under 1, that is unreal. He could win the NL Cy Young very easily, and that's very deep too. You got Hyun-Jin Ryu as well in that mix. But yeah, I mean, they have Braves have Mike Foltynewicz. He's been okay. The Braves pitching has been okay this year, but if Jack Flaherty is the Jack Flaherty we've known recently, the Cardinals I think are going to come away with the win.
And I don't really get why the commissioner is changing this, Austin.
Well, he thinks it's definitely unfair for the one game you play 162, you come down to 1. That's all unfair. There are a couple other things. They want it to be like a selection Sunday like we see in college basketball where teams get to decide. This is crap. I'm telling you. You go all the way. You play 162 games, let's say, for the Twins or the Rays, and you can get matched up against the Yankees. You guys, all they do is pick what you want. Come on, you're adding 14 teams. You're adding 2 more teams in each league. What is this, basketball where half the teams make the playoffs?
You're right.
You want to reward people for getting 80 wins? What is this? You want to make the free agent? You want to make the trade deadline a little bit better? Then come on. You want teams to buy more instead of just sitting and tanking? What is this? Come on. We love the wild card game. The wild card game is great. You see guys, 90 wins, they get rewarded. I know, I get it. First wild card ever. Quick fun fact. It was that crazy Braves-Cardinals game where the infield fly rule, that buff call,
Pete Kozma.
that was the first.
And people remember that. You know why people remember that? Because it was a do-or-die game.
And guess what?
Let's say it was a 3-game series. Who remembers that?
Nobody does. And in I'll give you 2015 as well. Giants-Royals World Series. Where did they both come from? The wild card game. 2 crazy games. Giants defeated the Mets late in that 9th inning. Mets
what a game that was.
Choked again.
Jerry Familia.
That's right. And then the Royals come back against the Athletics in extra innings, that crazy comeback. Mm-hmm. The wild card game is so great. You mentioned this year, the Nationals and the Brewers. What a game. And then also, you want to put it this way, the Nationals and the Dodgers this year. NLDS. You love to see that. It's the best wild card against the best team. We saw a fantastic series, and now suddenly both of those great games and great series out the window. MLB just released its top 10 games of 2019. That wild card game was third. That game 5 was first. In this new system, both those games are gone.
I mean, it's terrible.
You want teams
Yes.
picking
It
who
makes
they want
no
to play.
sense.
I don't care. Oh, people are going to say, oh, the one-game playoff. Oh, yeah, the most unanswered question, who do you want to play, gets answered. I don't care. I want teams to get rewarded for playing a 162-game season instead of getting matched up, having to play all 3 games on the road. And if you win, you have to go turn around and play the best team in baseball.